Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm back with another radio video, and tonight I'm gonna review the Soft66IP SDR, actually network SDR device. So, um, first things first. Um, I my first impression was the delivery. Um, I paid $99 for the device. Um, when it arrived in a small envelope with very little, one layer of bubble wrap. And right then and there, I was like, okay, to me that was a red flag right away. But I was like, I try to give people benefit of the doubt because I understand his eBay account, he offers free shipping. So when he's trying to cut down costs, I get the whole thing, and I get the whole thing. But you have to think about, it's traveling all the way from Japan, postal service here, and one layer of bubble wrap and a small envelope. It's gonna, it can get damaged. So I was like, okay, I plugged it in right away. Cause right away I was like a little bit, concerned. I was like, okay, let me take it out the envelope. You know, cut the bubble wrap because it was one layer bubble wrap with some tape, with some, Scotch tape type thing. I was like, okay, let me cut it out, plug it in. It worked fine. And then of course you saw the video, previous video, a couple of videos ago. I set it up. It was running fine. I didn't have a problem with the setup. And with all things I like to do and is recommended is anytime you buy an electronic device, I call it a burning period. Those that are in tech and build PCs, they know what I'm talking about. I let that sucker run for like 48 hours straight. Just to see if it's gonna fail, it's gonna fail within the next 48 hours. So I ran it. I ran it for good 48 hours, and it was working fine. And then I shut it off. The following day, when I went to reboot it, and now we're talking about, 3 or 4 days in after I received it, it failed. Basically, something was wrong with the network right off the bat because the orange light was going on, but the green light wasn't going on. So it was receiving, but it wasn't transmitting. That's from what I know right off the bat because I checked the router and no longer the IP was present. So I know it wasn't transmitting the IP because I can no longer remotely log into it. So I already knew something was wrong with the network controller. So I contacted him. I said, listen, something's wrong with the network controller. Um, I since half of it was working, I assumed on my end it was a software issue. Maybe the SD card in, because I know it's an SD card, because I know there's an Orange 50 computer. I work with these computers. I mess around with Raspberry Pis and all that. I know it's a it's running Armbian, which is a Debian Linux type distribution. So I know it could be maybe the SD card went bad or something, whatever, file system. His solution was, okay, just send it back and I'll fix it, and I'll send you a new. Send it back and I'll fix it. I'm like, well, first of all, I don't want to pay another $20 or $30 or more to send it back after not even a week of use. That's. I'm sorry to say, I'm gonna say it. That's just fucking crazy. Less than a week of use. Now I have to pay another $20 or $30, ship it to you. so you can fix it when you can't even tell me what the cause of it could be. If it's a hardware issue, I get it. But tell me if it's a hardware issue, then I could probably send it. But you don't even know what the. I'm trying to keep it cool. You don't even know what the issue is. So, if it's a software issue, I'm experienced enough of a Linux user that you can tell me, okay, maybe you need to reinstall the OS on the micro SD card, open up the case, pop it in there, let it reboot, and whatever. Tell me what the fuck to do. I'm now I'm gonna have to change the rating on this video. But yeah, you know what? But don't tell me after I only had a week of use. Now I gotta pay more postage. The thing costs $99. Now I gotta pay another $20 or $30 or more dollars on it to ship it back to you so you can fix it. And there's no guarantee this shit is gonna happen again. I mean, let's just be serious about it. Let's just keep it real. So, and that's my beef with that. You should, and I told him, I said, listen, I bought this device so I can review it on my channel. And I wasn't trying to pull out the YouTube card on him and say, listen, well, if you don't, whatever, I'm going to give you a fucking shitty review. It wasn't about that. It was about, what? I bought this device, paid out of my own pocket. I want to try it out. It would have been, and if it worked, it would have been nice. I would have, enjoyed it, whatever. Give it a nice review. But then you tell me, oh, well, it's not working. Well, send it back, and then, you pay the postage, and, screw you. No. It doesn't work that way. You should have owned up and say, you know what? I fucked up. I'll send you another one. And then I'll know if that's a good product. Because if you send me the other one and that one doesn't fail, then I know it's a good product. But if you're going to tell me, well, send this one back and I'll fix it and send it back, there's no guarantee it's going to work again. And I'm going to pay out of my pocket another $20 or $30, basically, more than 20% of the cost of the device that I paid in the first place for shipping. I mean, that's fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it like it is. So you know what? My review for this product is, don't buy the product. Because one thing about when you buy a product is the support. And I'm sure a bunch of people bought this product and they lucked out on it and it's working fine. But when it does fail, guess what? You're going to have to pay to ship it back for him to do whatever fucking magic he does on it. Which to me is just, I'm going to tell you, what's in it. I opened this shit up and I know what's in it. Okay, first of all, it's this guy in there. You got an Orange Pi Zero computer in there, which costs what, $12. Okay, it's a nice little, it's basically like the Raspberry Pi. You got this in there. And then you got your RTL dongle in there, which costs about another $10, $12. And then you got the up converter unit. The board itself, without all the other, you can get that for like $20. So we're talking about maybe $55 total for the whole freaking thing. So when what I'm going to recommend people, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, don't buy this shitty product. You're better off just buying the RTL dongle, the up converter separately, and an Orange Pi Zero computer, and just hook it up that way. And you're better off. You're going to have a lot less troubleshooting than this shitty device right here. Okay? Because, apparently this guy doesn't get it. And I'm not the only one that's complaining about this shit. I know a couple of webmasters, YouTubers, that they couldn't even get this shit running. Okay? And my thing is, the other thing is that I mentioned in the previous videos is the documentation. I mean, he says, which I already complained to eBay about it. I told eBay that he shouldn't even be selling this product. He claims, that you only need to know PC knowledge, and that's it. That's a bunch of bullshit. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you don't know Linux and you don't know anything about, Raspberry Pi, that type of computer setup, SSH protocol and all that, you're not gonna get this shit fucking running. I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you like it is. So you know what? He's fucking lying. He's lying about this product. Okay. I got it running, and they didn't have a problem with me. The only problem what happened was the hardware failed, or the software failed, and he wants, to basically tell you, you know what, you're a dumbass, you can't fix it, and that's another rule I have about customer service. Don't assume that the user is a fucking idiot. Do not assume that, because what's gonna happen is, you know what, you're gonna alienate a lot of fucking users. And that's why I'm not going to recommend this product. I cannot recommend this product to anybody. I'm going to tell you right now, save your money. In fact, you know what? Pay another $100 somewhat and get the ephedrine, which is a similar type thing. It's a network SDR device. And you're not going to get this type of bullshit. Okay? So that's my review of this piece of shit product, my rant. And you know what? I'm done. See you guys later. Bye-bye.